Hey everybody, I'm super excited to be finally filming the review video for the SpinOlution Echo, which has probably been one of my most requested videos. Y'all know I've already got the Pollywog, the Bullfrog, and the King Bee. So this was the one everybody wanted me to do a comparison video with, which I definitely will. But first, I wanted to do a just kind of a demo and review of this wheel by itself. And also, disclaimer, my children are at home doing virtual school, so you may hear them constantly. First thing I want to tell you is I did get mine fully engraved, which is not standard. So if you really love the wildflower design, that is something that you can get on one side, the other side, or both sides like I did. But that is not standard. And also it is currently shown with the attached Lazy Kate, which does come if you get the packages. It comes in that, but if you just buy the wheel by itself, I would definitely say get the Lazy Kate, which is one of the reasons I always tell people with the Firefly, the Echo, or the Monarch, I always recommend getting a package, even though I did not. But the reason I didn't was because I already have, this isn't my first and only wheel, and I already had some of the other accessories. So for me, I just ordered the wheel, I got it engraved, and I got the Lazy Kate, which is also engraved. You'll see in a second. The other thing you need to know about the Echo is that it's one of our modular wheels, which was one of the reasons I was really excited about getting it, was none of the other ones that I had were modular wheels. By modular wheel, I mean that the entire top half of the wheel, you can see right here, you can unbolt here and remove this top part of the wheel. And what I've got on here right now is the 16-ounce bobbin, which is our most popular size bobbin, and it's the same size as what's on my Bullfrog. But if I wanted to, or if you order a package, you would get basically two top halves of your wheels. So that's what you're getting, like I said, in a package. If you order it, is you're getting two top half of the wheel. So you would get, and you can choose different sizes. So you'd get like a 16 ounce and a whatever other size you chose, like 4 ounce or, whatever you wanted. There's different packages, and they each come with 3 bobbins that are the appropriate size for, so you get 6 bobbins total, 3 for each head. So the reason these are great is if you had a Firefly, the electric wheel, or I guess that's the main one you would want to switch. I don't know why you would want an Echo and a Monarch and then switch unless you just really were a huge fan. But if you had the Firefly and the base, and then you had an Echo or a Monarch base, you could switch your heads back and forth. So instead of having totally different wheels, you could, interchange just the top part. So this is, you can see the, I think it's called the audience side of the wheel. And like I said, mine is fully engraved, so that is a extra. And you can see this slot here would be, I think, is what most people would use to carry it with, but it also is where the Lazy Kate attaches. So you can see right now I do not have the Lazy Kate on. Just a minute ago I did. So you can see the difference there with not having the Lazy Kate on. It does visually look a good bit smaller. Like I said, the benefit is if you don't have the Lazy Kate on, you can use this as a carrying device. You will also notice that up here on the top, this is the tension peg. So this is how you adjust the tension, and this is if you're remotely familiar with SpinOlution wheels, you've seen this before. It's a block that has a piece of felt at the bottom that, as you tighten or loosen this, applies pressure to the spinning rod, which goes down through here. So that is the tension block. You don't need to tighten or loosen it a lot. Like, it's definitely very small motions. You can see right here is the golden whirl, which is a huge selling feature for SpinOlution wheels, and one thing I really love about them, they are super duper smooth. They have the smoothest, it's the smoothest treadle, and then also the fastest spinning speeds because of the golden whirl. So that's definitely really helpful if you're wanting to spin very fine or short fibers like alpaca, or I don't know, just anything. Sorry, I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning. Anything with really fine or short fibers, or if you just like spinning really thin yarn, the golden whirl, and you can see all of its different gear settings where you would move the band up and down, is definitely your friend. I did just want to show you this because it is definitely one of my favorite features of all SpinOlution wheels, but if this is your first video of mine you're seeing, they're all, and you'll see here in a second, all of this works with really strong magnets, so you're not having to like completely take apart anything to spin or change bobbins. So this is the Orifice hook. You can get a tube if for finer spinning, and we actually, with the Spin Perfect 3D printed, you can get a like cool hybrid of tube hook orifice, but the standard one that I actually really like and use the most is definitely just this hook, which is great for spinning. You just loop your fiber or yarn under here, and because it's big and open, if you're spinning thicker yarn or yarn with locks or sequins or anything else, it easily slips through here. And you pop this off, so you can pop off the orifice bar and change things out. And then when you want to change the bobbin, you pull this off. So there goes my dog. So here is the magnets, and here are magnets, and then you can see in the back of here is a metal washer. So then that securely holds all of your bobbins in there, but you see how easy that is to change out. So if you're spinning one project and then want to move on to another project, it's very easy to switch back and forth between bobbins, and you're not having to take things out or apart. One thing with this wheel that is, I think, a newer feature that they recently added, but I definitely find it very helpful, and my other wheels don't have it just because they're not Echoes or Monarchs. This little band here, and when you buy one, you may get it and be like, what in the world is that for? It just loops over these little gold screws, which I mean, it's pretty tight, but you can take them off. So this little band just goes over these gold parts here, and it just securely holds this shut, which is nice because if you do live, you know, different climates and humidity and whatever, I mean, it is wood, so it can, you know, that can affect it. So that just really holds it for a silent, really secure treadle, which I think that's a great feature. So that's what this little band is for, and I think some of the older Echoes you may not see that with. So the way, this is our lobster claw closure, which you will see, and I am going to do a comparison video. This is on, I know on the King Bees it's different, on the Bullfrog it's kind of sideways, but this is definitely a something you will see on SpinOlution wheels a lot. And the way it works is it pops out like that, so that's why it's called lobster claw, and then that lets you see the ball bearings here that are what's actually rotating the wheels. And you don't have to oil this. That is on our site, really big. Please do not oil your wheels. They say that that'll mess up, you know, gunk it up some, but you can see that this goes over top of that, and then that's what's pushing that little ball bearing around inside of here. So that's a really slick design. And also, the only reason you would really want to open that is to put the band on, or to take it off if you're wanting to change your band. You, you know, gently take it off this way. You would feed that off, and then you can, I'm trying to do this with one hand, bring it over the top. So same thing when you're putting it together, you would take your big band. Step one is stick it over the top and put it on the smallest gear in the back. And then, and what Ashley always does this really smooth, and it always takes me a few tries. But the general idea being, you're then going to take this band and feed it through the little lobster claw, like that. And it may take you a second to, you know, like look at what you're doing and get it all where it looks like a circle. And then close your lobster claw. And then you put your little band over that. Oh, well, like that. And then you are gonna just gently pull this down and fit it in the groove right here. So look, I did it on the first try. I'm getting way better at this. So that's how, like I said, when you get this wheel, that when you're putting it together, you are doing the bands. And while we're on the topic of putting together this wheel, we do talk about, let me get the camera. we always say that our wheels come basically pre-assembled, which is a huge perk. My first wheel I got was a Lewitt, and it came in like a big flat box, like a, I don't know, TV or something almost. The box was like that thick, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, there's a spinning wheel in there? So these, and if you watch my unboxing video I did, you can see the parts that came in. The only assembly you need to do on this is there's 4 screws, 2 on each side, so 2 there and 2 there, and they're super easy to put together. And so when it comes, you're going to screw these on, which I did by myself, pretty much mostly just with my fingers, and then I finished it off with just a regular old Phillips head that I had laying in the junk drawer. So it definitely doesn't require any special equipment. So what you have to do when you put it together straight out of the box is you're going to bolt your head on the top with this screw, which is super easy, and that's standard on like all of our wheels. And then on the Echo, you are using, screw those in and then put the bands on, like I just showed. So that's all you have to do for assembly. So, definitely easy. My other wheels, like I said, just the other model wheels, I didn't have to screw anything in, but I mean, that really wasn't a big deal. And everything else was fully put together, so it's fully finished. You don't have to put any sort of finish on the wood, like I said, like other wheel brands. You don't have to screw anything else together or worry about doing anything with the wheel. It all comes totally assembled. I also wanted to show you the Lazy Kate, which, like I said, does not come standard. It does come with any of the packages, which is one of the main reasons I recommend those. But if you just want to buy the wheel like I did, I would highly recommend buying the Lazy Kate. And it is actually way cooler design than I feel like the listing and the product photos. Like, I definitely didn't get how cool this thing was till I got one. And you can see, you can get them engraved. They have magnets on either side, which holds the little bars when you're not using them, if you don't want them up. And then when you do want them, they go in the pegs on the top. And it comes with these 4 plus 2 really long ones. So I guess if I ever wanted the like super ginormous bobbins, I would have 2 that were in the super ginormous size. But I've got those put in a drawer because I don't need them. So I've just got these 4. And it can go either on the back, like you saw at the beginning of the video, or if you want to put it on the ground. And I felt stupid. I didn't fully realize this. It has feet. So you can, if you put the feet out, and if you wanted to do some fancy plying where you want, or if you were just more comfortable with it being on the floor, then, whoop, there you go. It has feet. So you can either sit it on the floor or you can attach it to your wheel, which I'm just going to leave it attached to the wheel because that's how I like mine. To attach it, it's super easy. It even has instructions on the peg. But you can see how that works in the back with that. So you pop this in this hole, hold it still with one hand, and then push and turn, and it's on there. My one disclaimer with this is I have gotten used to, with my other wheels, like I said, especially my Bullfrog, that have a built-in Lazy Kate that's just on one side. But I'm used to, when I walk by, like I said, they're just lighter, smaller wheels anyhow. I'm used to picking, if I'm wanting to scoot it an inch or two, like picking up here and scooting it. And this one definitely weighs more, and then since this is detachable, I obviously don't want to do that. So that is my one thing, always reminding myself since I've gotten this one, is if you're wanting to move it around, you either want to take the Lazy Kate off and use the little hand hole, or I'm just, grabbing it down here at the base with 2 hands and moving it that way. Well, I know everybody wanted to see me actually spin on this thing, so I have to say I've been super impressed with the smoothness and the power of this wheel, and I'm definitely I'll do a lot more on this. I'm doing a comparison video, but let me make sure I got it on actual gear. There we go. But I absolutely love how this wheel spins, and I know my friend Charlotte at our local Spinners Guild absolutely adores her Echo. And between her and my friend Christina, which are such huge Echo lovers. Like, they just loved them so much that I was like, alright, I gotta have one. But the treadle on it is so smooth, and with the heavier wheel versus my other wheels, it really is, I mean, it's just even more effortless to spin on than my other wheels, which I felt were effortless to spin on. But I just wanted to, like I said, you can see it is silent, it's very sturdy, there's zero wobble, and here, I'll show you the flip part. Like I said, I definitely plan on doing a whole video on SpinOlution Treadle comparison, but I just wanted to show you how this one works. I'm sorry, my kneecaps are in the way here. But you've got your little foot pedals here that your heel goes on, and then here, and they are like all of our wheels have the like toe treadles, which I find incredibly comfortable, way more comfortable than like a big solid foot pedal that I'd had before I moved to SpinOlutions. But the like I said, the lobster claw's in here, and you can see it's very responsive one way or the other. I know some people, when you're a new spinner, have trouble with kickback, with it going the opposite way, but you can see it's really easy to change the direction just with your feet. And just as you push down, I mean, it spins itself because of the weight of the wheel. I mean, I mean, you don't even have to, it's crazy. But the lobster claw goes back and forth from the pedals, and then that moves the ball bearing, which moves the wheel, which moves the flyer head. And I mean, it's an insanely well-built, well-designed machine. I mean, I've really been enjoying it. So I will definitely stay tuned. I will do, like I said, I'm dealing with virtual school here at the moment, so I will, as soon as I can, be making comparison videos, and I'm going to do a separate one just on the different SpinOlution treadles, because there are a few different types. So if you're dealing with, you know, ankle injuries, or, you know, I don't know, I'm just going to do a good treadle comparison video. But I think that pretty much covers it for the Echo. I think it's fabulous. If you would like any information, or if you would like to get your own, I will of course have links below this video, and I would be happy to be your dealer. And we do have some great perks through my business, where you can get some freebies and some fun stuff, like with my courses and braid clubs and stuff. So if you would be interested in a wheel, definitely let me know.